Thanks for joining us on a 34-mile bike ride. We won't be doing all 150 miles, but we will see the major sights. Securing a van ride for two e-bikes, we paused to reenact the Golden Spike ceremony, not at Promontory Summit, but rather Cumberland, Maryland. After loading the bikes and my trike in the van, we're off to the Salisbury Viaduct. This gap path used to be part of the Western Maryland. The Salisbury Viaduct is over 1,900 feet long. Van driver Will takes us right to the foot of the viaduct, so we go across it heading for Pittsburgh, make a U-turn, pause for this selfie, and now we can start our 34-mile ride. Now heading in the right direction toward Myersdale and on to Cumberland, Maryland, cross over roads, creeks, and train tracks near Sand Patch. Tracy bolts ahead so she can get these two photos as we exit the viaduct. A mile or so past the viaduct, Logan hears a CSX train coming, so he kicks his e-bike into ultra-high gear and bolts into Myersdale just in time to catch the train. Well, as the rest of us approach Myersdale, we definitely have missed the train, but we see Logan there getting ready, so we're going to get going and continue our ride. Bye, Myersdale. See you later. Not sure if this tunnel has a name or not, but I don't know it, so it's just that one. I will say the Gap Trail is well maintained. And now we're coming to the 910-foot long Keystone Viaduct. Reminding you of this viaduct, like the Gap, used to be part of the Western Maryland Railroad tracks. Tracks got taken away. Since Logan stopped to take pictures, I actually did the viaduct twice. Now on the return leg, Logan's mom's already in position to catch Logan and I as we exit the viaduct. Well, it's a gentle but steady uphill climb thus far, so about an hour or so into it, it must be lunchtime. As we pull over for lunch, we notice we average just a little less than 10 miles an hour, which isn't really too bad because we made a lot of stops, taking photos for Logan's upcoming module and just overall scenes. We finish up lunch, jump back on the bikes, go to Deal, Pennsylvania. We realize we're still 25 miles from Cumberland, so I guess we need to continue our ride. As we now approach the Eastern Continental Divide. Didn't even know there was such a thing till Maryland invented it. This is where water decides to go to either the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Ocean. In any case, it's good for another selfie pic. I sort of forget if I've got these tunnels out of place. In any case, this is the Borden Tunnel. Having gone through that, or maybe not gone through it yet, we continue down the path, downhill now as we're getting close to the El Grande Tunnel, also known as the Big Savage Tunnel. To protect it in the winter, it's closed. They close the big doors till springtime. We're now approaching the Big Savage Tunnel, weighing in at 3,291 feet. Pretty impressive. They now have motion sensing LED lights in there. The funny thing was the lights would turn on for us after we passed them. In any case, we're out. If you're keeping score, that's more than half a mile long. Well, it was so much fun. Logan went all the way back through the tunnel, did some stuff, and came back again. If you look close, there he is, almost at the other end. Here's my approach to the Mason-Dixon line. I can't decide if I really want to leave Pennsylvania, so I got one tire in each state. I was reminded that unless we enter Maryland, we're never going to get to Cumberland. So anyway, we take some still pictures and pose by the monument, and then we're off again. Well, as we make our way into Frostburg, Maryland, none of the Western Maryland scenic trains are running today, so we keep on going past Frostburg, and pretty soon we join Western Maryland Scenic Railroad train tracks. Logan leads the way as we see some track maintenance vehicles parked. I figure it's time to look for a parking place to do an experiment. Nice to know what an e-bike feels like. Whoa! Wow. Dear Santa, Well, somewhere just before Frostburg, I got a flat tire on my right front. I'm only including these videos just to show you how more jumbled they were than the earlier videos, time-lapse, that were still jumbly, but at least not too bad. Anyway, even going down the hill, going on straight, it was quite an effort because it was amazing how much drag a flat tire puts on you. So my poor little legs got a workout while the two e-bike people were enjoying their ride, but in theory, they did feel sorry for me. But as we approached Cumberland, it was actually interesting because the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad was at the depot. Because they weren't really running trains, I think they were just training the crew. Anyway, it was a good time for Logan to get some videos, so here comes Logan's shots. Well, the diesel pulled across the track just enough to block the tracks, then it sat there for a couple minutes, and then it backed up, and then finally backed all the way back to West Virginia. Yep, just across the river is Ridgely, West Virginia, where the locomotives sleep at night. And for all you train guys, as you notice, the crossing arms are up, but they did have a flagman blocking the road. Well, photos done at the train station. It's a short hop back to Wheels Up where we started. Three of us had a great day. Even I did, even though I had the bike with a flat tire for about half the ride, causing for extra energy. Quick recap, I stopped the data at the train station and not at the bike store, so we actually went about 36 miles. We did get up to speeds over 20 miles an hour, but because we stopped a lot and had fun, the average speed was a little low. 3.5 hours worth of effort. We actually started our ride about 11:45 and finished up around 4:30ish. So a little under 5 hours. Sort of interesting to see on the map, Pennsylvania tracks were pretty straight, gradual uphill. Once we got to the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad, they had to go around big hills and bends, so not the straightest trip ever. Well, as we had Subway sandwiches for lunch, it seems only fitting that we jump in the truck and head for the Olive Garden in Winchester. Yum, yum. Oh, check that. I guess that's Red Robin. Let's just say it was pretty good. As was the bike ride. Sadly, one tire was harmed in making this video.